2, 3, 4, hit it.
Welcome to LoveLine
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I am still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Legendary Hawaiian crooner Don Ho. Now, we'll talk about Don in just 1 second. I want to say that Toad the Wet Sprocket is going to be in here this week, as well as Tom Arnold. So we're looking forward to that. And then next week, Alexandra Paul from Baywatch.
She's coming to even the score.
She's coming. She's coming to settle up. And with the amount of jogging she does, she could probably just put one of those stiletto heels right through my forehead. So, as you know, Alexandra was supposed to come on the show a month or so ago. Her publicist said she couldn't make it because she had to go jogging the next morning. I spun out on one of my tirades and had actually a multiple tirade on her. She caught wind of it and is now coming in next week to settle things. And we're always open to that on LoveLine. I know I banned her. And I banned her publicist, and I banned many a person.
But that was just in a moment of passion. That wasn't real.
Well, here's the deal with the band, or when I ban somebody. I ban them from coming on as if nothing had happened and plugging their next project. Right. But I will certainly welcome them to come into this forum and discuss our differences.
All right.
If everything works out, then we'll lift the ban and discuss the next project. But not until everyone's satisfied. All right, so Don Ho tonight. Now, Don Ho, I saw last night. Drew, you left early. Last night, let me just explain to everybody. The mother station here, K-Rock in Los Angeles, the mother station of LoveLine, had their big summer blowout. It was the 6th annual Weenie Roast and Luau. And they had a Hawaiian theme going this year. So they brought Don Ho out and a bunch of Polynesian dancers, and he sung, guess what song he sung, Drew? Not The Impossible Dream.
No. I thought it was something from Out of La Mancha.
No.
Tiny Bubble.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, you're like Kreskin. And he came out there, and these Polynesian guys are hairless, tan, and have the biggest calves you've ever seen. And they all have a little gut on them, but it sort of works.
It balances it out. They have to stand back on their, with their knees forward and their rears back as they
they're just whacking those sticks together. I don't know what the hell they're playing. But anyway, they had all the tiki dancers. Don Ho was out there with the lei and the sunglasses, and the crowd went nuts. I really thought to myself, I know who Don Ho is, but I'm 10 years older than the average person out in the crowd. Or I remember watching Don Ho's show when I was a kid. But I didn't know if everyone was going to get it because, let's face it, by 9:30 at night, the alcohol level in the audience is like it's not even point. It's like 0.50. I mean, nobody there legal, and let's not even get into the THC and the mushrooms and whatever else was going around there. I didn't know if people would be hip to Don Ho, but they went nuts.
Oh, good.
So there you have it. All right, so let me just talk about a couple things regarding last night's big concert, and then we'll move on to take some calls and get Don Ho in here. First things first, the stage guys. Now, I've done 100 of these things now where I go out there, and there's always a stage guy who's in charge of wrangling the microphones and cueing you when to go out on stage and bring out a band.
Right. This guy was the same guy who's had for the last 3 years.
It was our pleasure last night to bring out the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones.
Who were tremendous.
Never disappoint.
Yeah.
But there's two things they always do. They're always in a big rush. Huge rush. Huge. You guys got 8 seconds.
Right.
Really? Because to say Adam Carolla is 9. Well, you got 8. All right. And the second thing that always happens is they never know who the F you are. You walk back there, and you'll be standing there with, like, 3 grips, 2 roadies, and the bass player from Veruca Salt, and they'll go, who's doing this? And you go, we are. Who are you? We're Adam and Drew from LoveLine. Both of you going out? Yeah. You're on the station? Yeah. All right, you got 8 seconds. They're almost like a little perturbed that you came in there and demanded these mics. Then naturally, Drew and I walk out there and the mics aren't turned on, and that's real climactic when you go out there.
The guy has to lean between us and start yelling into the mic.
Yeah, test 1, 2. Does these effing things work? Okay, here you go. And then you go, and then they're always in such a huge rush, but never in such a rush that the band comes out when you announce them.
Ever.
Yeah. Ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the mighty, mighty Boss Tones! Stage hasn't moved. They're still looking at guys cleaning up equipment and bar from the band before it. And then slowly, like a glacier
worse
move.
last night because they have this fanfare they want to play, and they're going to start playing as soon as you guys start speaking. So you have 15 seconds and finish it up.
Never. It never, ever works the way they tell you it's going to work.
Yeah. And I had the usual.
All right, and Drew, let me tell you about your usual experience. You have one voice. You have the voice you use when you're on the radio.
That's it.
You have the voice you use when you're talking to your wife. You have the voice you use when you're standing in front of 15,000 people.
It's all the same voice.
It's all the same voice.
Yeah.
Drew gets up there. I hand Drew the microphone. Hey, all right. It's great to be here. And these are some guys who went back to, and 87, and we had a chance to come back to them later on today. They're great guys, and we know Dickie and the rest of the boys are going to be just fantastic tonight. I couldn't hear a damn word you were saying.
I could hear it echoing back, but my 4-year-old daughter told me she couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right, Drew. Please. Drew does not understand
So I knew. We've not
concept
talked about this.
You don't have that kick it up a notch thing. Come on, Drew.
It's,
I've tried to light a fire under you many a time.
I know.
I just figure when you're standing in front of 15,000 people, I don't care if you're Gandhi. Gandhi grabs that thing and goes, I hear Bangladesh knows how to party. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
You should be hit with some surge of adrenaline. You just stand up there, 50,000 people, and just Boss Tones.
I bet that would change if he was introducing Pavarotti, though.
That's true. Oh, if he was bringing out the 3 tenors, Engineer Mike said you would be beside yourself.
It's true.
In front of a retirement home size crowd. Maybe eight elderly people. But if you're bringing out the 3 tenors, that's where we'd see the vein come out in the forehead.
Yes.
All right, so that was that.
Interesting to see how the crowds have changed. We by the way, not discussed one molecule of this material tonight, but so I'm hearing this for the first time from you. But it's interesting how the crowds have changed over the years. Have you noticed that?
Yes, they're getting taller.
Well, 2 years ago, I really felt like some kind of a pirate ship had let off. I mean, people with bones through the. I mean, it really was. I was scared.
That's true. It's like the prison train had turned over just a quarter mile up the hill, and the cons had scaled the fence.
Yes, and then last year was sort of calming down from that, and this year was well behaved. I thought. I mean, very different.
Very congenial crowd.
Very hippie.
Very hip. Very
hippie-like.
Well, love is back.
I guess.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, number 2 topic I want to talk about. I stayed in the Ramada, or is it the Radisson?
I don't know.
I stayed in a hotel that they put me in up there because it's too long a drive, especially in the condition I was in. And Drew always stays somewhere nicer because his wife's middle name is Bump Up. Is it not?
She's a travel agent, so she has all the.
She wants a bump. I mean, I swear to God, one day when she kicks off and is standing at the pearly gates, she's going to be haggling with St. Peter. Hey, now I noticed other people walking through this gate. Is there some sort of executive entrance or something? Is there some sort of? This cloud's a little stiff. I don't. Who turned this cloud down? Is there some? What can we do?
She loves that.
She just wants a bump. I don't care if she is piloting a frickin' Learjet. Yes. She would want a bump.
Yes.
I guess at that point it's just some sort of lumbar support or something in the pilot's chair. But she is the queen of the bumps.
Yes. The what do they call that? The
queen of the bumpies.
Upgrade.
Yeah. Upgrade. She's going to upgrade on you one of these days, brother.
Could happen, dude.
Let me tell you.
As long as it's not with you.
All right. That's at least a sideways move and probably drastic decline.
Thank you for pointing that out.
That is going straight to coach, baby. All right. But the deal is I do not upgrade. I take what the man gives me, and the accommodations were fine where I stayed. But here's my 2 complaints, because it happened to me when I was at the WHF Festival in, I'll never learn how to say that, in D.C. 2 weeks ago. They didn't used to do this, but now in hotel rooms, they have alarm clocks, little digital radio alarms.
Right.
And I don't know.
They're always set to go off at 5:30.
Right.
Yes, always.
Right, because some a-hole from IBM was there the night before and had a big slideshow planned down at the corporate wing of the Denny's in the bottom of the place. And the people were showing up at 7 o'clock sharp, and he had to shower and shave and get his act together.
And it's never just the music, it's the music and the buzzer.
Oh,
right? Am I right?
No, yes. It was. I woke up at 5 o'clock to Tutti Frutti from Little Richard, and it's always the guy who he has to turn it up. I mean, he had that thing up to 11.
Could it be some housekeeping joke on?
I think it's a goof. Yeah. I really do think it's a goof. I don't know. I don't think it is my job as a hotel patron to go in and shake down the electrical equipment in the place. The maid should flip the thing to off.
I do it every.
You do it?
No.
I don't think to do it.
First thing I do when I go to a room these days, because my sleep is very valuable to me. First thing I do, I walk in, I check the radio. Every time. I swear to God, I do that.
All right. You're a genius. I don't travel enough, and every time I travel now, that thing kicks off, and it's not your alarm.
No.
And it's pitch black because you got the blackout draperies going. You don't know where the light is. You don't know where the alarm is. I thought Richard Simmons was actually sodomizing me in the room singing. So I'm
Richard
smacking
Simmons.
the thing. I mean, Richard.
Christ.
Little Richard. Sorry. He was singing Tutti Frutti. I got excited with the Richard. Thank you for calling me on that. The point is that took 10 minutes to take care of. Then I got a phone call at 3 in the morning. I have no idea from whom, and the thing just rang and rang and rang and rang, and I never picked up. That was lovely. And then as God is my witness, at 8:15 on a Sunday morning, rap on the door. Maid service, housekeeping. Yeah. I'm thinking to myself, it's Sunday. This whole place is booked with people that were just loaded from a concert the night before. Who in their right mind is as if I was I'm going to come out there in a pressed 3-piece suit and say, hey, I've been up since 6:20. Where you been? It is Sunday morning. There is no way that housekeeping should come before 11 on a Sunday. I know they got a job to do, but don't bother. Don't rap on the door at 8:15 in the morning.
They know they set that alarm for 5:30.
Oh, that's what it was. All right. So that happened. Also, very last thing is an embarrassing moment. And Drew, you and I have to start getting straight who was on this show and who wasn't, because we are the worst.
Yeah.
We run into people who are on this show 3 days earlier somewhere and have and then ask them, hey, you ought to come on the show. Yeah, I was there Tuesday. Oh, that's right. I was there, right? Yes, you were there. I did that with Ann. I ran into Ann by the Boss Tones trailer. Ann said, Ann's plan for these things, she's smart. She waits. We get there 2 in the afternoon, but she waits until about 6:30 or 7 when she knows I'm a little liquored up. And then she comes up to me and she goes, you got to get Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. You got to go get him. And I think you promised some oral compensation for that too, Ann. Am I right? You did say something about that. No, I didn't. I swear to God, you said something. Things were a little cloudy, but you promised some oral compensation for me going and getting Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl here, so.
All right. Obviously not tonight because the great Don Ho is here. But I went and walked right up to Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl knew who I was via the MTV show, and we started chatting, and he was there with his new girlfriend, Louise, from Veruca Salt.
Hi, this is Louise.
That is her. Thank you, Engineer Mike.
We had about 3 months ago, maybe, on the show.
Not even 3 months ago.
2 months ago.
6 weeks ago, maybe. And so I looked at her and I said, this is my girlfriend. Hey, how you doing? And I started in on Dave, and I started in on Dave, and in on Dave. And then about 10 minutes into it, she grabbed me and she said, hey, if you want him to come on this show, you better talk to me. And I said, no offense, but I'm talking to Dave. And she said, I'm going out with him. And I said, that's good. That's nice. I was on the show, she said. I said, no, you weren't. Yeah.
Did you say you weren't? You didn't say that.
Yeah, I was totally confused at that point. I'd had a few beers out in the sun, and I'd lost my bearings. But the point is someone who was a guest on our show from a big band was in here telling me she was on the show. I had no idea who she was.
You do that to women generally. By the way,
to women,
if you're talking to a man about construction or something,
yes,
a woman could pull out a firearm and start shooting it, and you wouldn't pay attention.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. So women don't want to be.
I saw you doing that this week. I thought, wow.
I was talking to your sister's boyfriend.
Right.
All right. He was into construction.
Hey.
He got me going. All right. Don't bring up construction because you might as well bring up Nam to a Vietnam vet. That's it. He's going. Right. And I actually start crying halfway into it, too.
Yes, you do.
All right. Let's get to some calls.
And then everybody else around you starts crying, too.
Don Ho, who looks remarkably like Jackie Chan. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Did you see him last night?
No.
I don't know how old Don is, but he looks the same as he ever did. Yeah. And we'll get to him and all the Polynesian, Hawaiian-type questions after we take a call or two. All right, Drew. Doug, 13.
Yeah?
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. Hey, listen.
Yeah?
Don Ho is out there, all right? So don't make an ass of me or you on this. He I'm sure he doesn't get the show. I'm not sure if he's familiar with how the show works, and we don't want to offend him.
Okay.
All right.
What's going on, Doug?
I was just wondering if I could get some, like shrapnel embedded in my forehead.
Shrapnel.
Shrapnel.
All right. You got to get a pipe bomb.
Why? Why?
What? Because it would be cool.
You talking about like those under-the-skin beads?
No, it'd be like sticking out, like horns or something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Drew, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me. Is there any chance of infection if a man had, let's say, some untreated metal sticking out of his head?
I've seen there's a guy out there that has like a row of spikes like Pinhead kind of.
Do they protrude from the skin?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I've only seen the under-the-skin bug.
No, I've seen that too. Well, Doug, what possesses you to want to do that? I mean,
possess is a good word.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Were you physically, would your parents ever hit you or anything like that when you were growing up?
No.
Nothing like that.
All right, they're going to start when they see the shrapnel coming out of the forehead.
Anything creepy ever happened to you when you were growing up? Any problems?
No.
You ever get... I can't believe that.
Doug.
Yeah?
Why do you want people to look and point when you walk down the street?
I don't know. But I just got to say that you got to move the location of Boobville from somewhere in Montana to Brest, Europe.
I'm going to talk to, if there is such a place, I'm going to talk to Don about perhaps, kicking some of the lepers off one of the Hawaiian islands he may own and putting Boobville in that tropical splendor.
Or you could have just the resort.
Yes.
The summer, or winter.
Right.
The winter home of.
Brilliant. All right, we're getting rid of Doug because he has no real question.
Yeah.
Ada, 15.
Ada.
Ada?
The Treaty of Brest-Litovsk.
Is that how you spell Ada?
No.
Right.
What's that, Ada?
Treaty of Brest-Litovsk. That's what he's talking about. Brest in Europe.
I see.
Just so you know, you sounded confused.
What the hell is everyone so smart for?
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not smart. It's just history.
What's the deal?
I have this problem. This guy had been following me around for 2 months, and he's really nice. He's like one of my friends, but it's your whole friend thing, Adam. He had an ulterior motive, and I knew he wanted to go out with me, and finally he got up the courage to ask me on a date, and I didn't have the heart to say no.
Because he now is your friend.
Yeah.
He really is your friend?
Well, yes, but I knew all along that he was my friend because he wanted to go out with me.
Huh.
So anyway, we go out, and we're in the car because he's 16 and he can drive, and he took me home. And he leaned over to kiss me, and I just freaked out. So I told him that I was a lesbian so that he wouldn't be interested in going out with me.
Well, don't worry. He won't tell anyone else at school about that. That is your little secret.
Oh, please. I'm so scared, Adam. What's going to...
All right. It's time to denounce your lesbianism to him.
Okay. Can I do it over the air?
Sure.
You may.
I am not. I'm so straight.
Hold on a second.
This is Ada from where?
Hold on, Ada.
From Minneapolis.
From Minneapolis.
All right, 15-year-old Ada from Minneapolis says, what's his name?
His name is Rob.
Rob, does he listen to the show?
Oh, yeah.
All right, listen up, Rob. Go ahead, Ada.
I'm totally straight, and I think you're a really great guy, but I'm not interested in going out with you.
Okay. But
and then listen, don't wince when you say it. It makes him sound that much worse, Ada.
I know, but I feel so bad because he's just the nicest guy.
That's fine. Let's support him, help him deal with his feelings about being rejected by you.
And one more thing.
No, don't get in and support him. He's gonna
get away.
He's gonna
get away. Either that or get away. One or the other.
And listen, Ada, what is wrong with this, Rob? Is it because he's too nice?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not attracted to him. That's all.
And too nice generally is kind of clingy.
What do you like?
It's very clingy.
You like that rebel thing or what?
No, I'm just not into him. I'm just not into the clingy thing.
Okay.
Clingy, women,
but there's no physicality thing?
No, he's nice looking.
Women are not, that's not that important to women as you would have it think.
You guys.
But the deal is, with women that age, a guy that's clingy is very difficult to manage. If they need somebody to help take care of them, and a clingy guy needs to care himself.
Here's the irony of clingy. Women cannot stand clingy. Yeah. They love it when a guy's a little aloof, a little attitude sprinkled in there. Don't make faces, ladies. You know what I'm talking about, especially younger women. Yeah. They like a guy who's taking care of his own crap and is not quite as interested in their crap.
Right.
It's attractive. I don't say it's healthy, but it's definitely attractive. Now, here's the problem. When a guy really is able to pull that off, it's only because he's really not interested. It's not an acting job. And that's the problem. So it's catch-22. It's the guys you're most attracted to because they're least attracted to you. And then you work on them like some sort of,
Apollo mission.
Ponce de Leon looking for the fountain of youth, and it ain't out there. Apollo mission. All right, that wasn't bad. All right, when we come back, the legendary Don Ho will be in studio, and we will talk to him all after this.
The voices are trying to throw me off while I'm trying to concentrate on this.
Okay, you're safe.
Thank you. LoveLine will be right back.
WEBN.
Not hard to swallow. We've got a frog in our throat.
Lick it up.
It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Hi, this is Louise and Nina from Veruca Salt, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, I remember the two gals distinctly. Wonderful. They're etched into my brain.
Are you sure it was Louise and not Nina?
No, it was Louise. Right. I do through the drunken haze. I remember it was Louise. All right, I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. We're here with the Hawaiian Elvis, Don Ho, who took the stage in front of 15,000 screaming kids and belted out the tiny bubbles as only he could last night. And the crowd sung along. I don't even think Don sung. I think he just mouthed the words and held the mic out. Everyone knew the words, and I have no idea how most of these, average age 18 and a half knows about Don and the Hawaii tiny bubbles, but they knew all the words. So that must have been a thrill for you, Don.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, because normally you're playing at a nightclub, right? I mean, back in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And must have been nice to get out in a big stadium and rock the house.
Well, we're surprised. We do that. We do that at home, too, in the biggest stadium.
Oh, you play the where the University of Hawaii plays?
Once in a while, when we go support the governor and all of that stuff, they got 50,000 people out there, and we all sing Tiny Bubbles. And
then everyone gets loaded and snorkels and has sex and goes to bed. This is the Hawaiian lifestyle. All right, so Don, I have 1,000,001 questions for you. First off, were you born in Hawaii?
Right.
You were.
Yeah.
And
place called Kaka'ako.
Which is on which island?
Waterfront.
Is it on which island?
Oahu.
And
Honolulu.
You got into. Were you initially a singer? I mean, I know you're a singer now, but I mean, how did you get into show business?
Initially, I was an Air Force fighter pilot for a while, jet fighter pilot. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That had to be all right.
That's a great life.
And so you grew up there, and you were stationed there. Or were you stationed somewhere abroad?
I got training in Mississippi, Texas, and ended up stationed back home. And I grew up there. Yeah, you're right. And then I got lucky to get stationed back home after training and stuff. Yeah.
You mind me asking how old you are?
Yeah, born 1930.
Let me do some math. What is that, 67? Yeah, it's amazing. Now, doesn't Don Ho look the same as Don Ho ever looked?
Looks younger than you.
Thank you.
August 13th is my birthday, in case anybody want to know.
I'm like, whoa. And do you own a lot of property and real estate in Hawaii?
Couple of
islands?
Couple of acres.
Yes, I'll bet you do. And now you've had many. Tell us some of the people who over the years have graced the stage with you. Your
clientele out there, never heard of them. You know, it goes back to Jack Benny and all those guys. When I was a kid, on stage, Bob Hope, all these guys, Frank, all these guys, they used to come to the club and walk on stage without permission. Judy Garland, all them guys, Cash. You know, I used to play a little place, and they just walk on stage, sing half an hour without even asking me to do it, you know, and stuff like that.
Right.
And so we got pictures of all. We got proof of that, because we took pictures of all them guys. We got them.
And they're all up at the club.
They're up on the wall, yeah.
And what is your schedule like these days?
Well, I've been doing it since 1960, so this is how many years that? Yeah.
67. I mean, 37. Sorry. He's 67.
So it's just hanging out at home doing that, yeah.
But I mean, like in the 70s, I used to watch your TV show. I think it must have been. Drew, do you remember that show?
How old were you, Adam?
When I watched your TV show,
yeah.
I actually watched it through my mother's embryonic sac. She held her belly to the TV, and I could hear those conga drums coming through it.
Yeah, right.
You were probably 11, 12.
I was probably 11 or 12, and when I would miss a day from school, I think out here it was on like midday, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was Don out on the beach with some celebrity or two, and he'd just be out, and there'd be a big audience out there on the beach, and he'd be singing and interviewing Dinah Shore or something, and that was it, right? That was the show, right?
Yeah.
And what years was that? In the mid-70s?
Mid-70s, yeah.
It was late night, wasn't it?
No, it was in daytime.
I'm telling you, it was on during the day, Drew.
Every day. We did every day.
Wow.
No, it was like it was like Mike Douglas at a luau.
That's
basically what it was.
You were in school.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I was supposed to be in school, but I was taking the day off, and it was either Ben Hunter, the local guy who bored you to sleep with. They just showed an aquarium for 2 hours. They didn't even show movies, or it was flip over and catch Don Ho leading the life on the beach. All right, Don, help us with some of these questions.
Okay.
And we'll talk a little more about the Hawaiian lifestyle as the night wears on. Maya.
Maya.
What is it?
Maya,
you're 20 and on with Don Ho.
All right. Hi, Don.
Hi, Maya.
Hi, Drew. Before I start my story, why don't you put me on the list for vasectomy? I'll probably be number one after this. And let's see. Last summer, I was going out with a girl. She was 18, and she's now 19. And
how old are you?
She had a kid.
Maya's 20.
2 weeks ago, and it is mine. I haven't talked to her very much since then.
Are you sure it's your kid?
Yes, it's my kid.
Are you involved in the child's life at all?
It's 2 weeks old. It'll be 2 weeks old tomorrow, and I haven't seen it.
Are you planning to be involved with it?
I'm planning to be, yes.
Is she going to allow you to be involved with it?
As far as I know, she is. I haven't talked to her since she had the kid.
Okay.
So I don't know how that's going to change anything.
Okay.
And now I've been seeing a girl since November, so about 7 months we've been going out. And I found out last weekend that she is pregnant now too. She is about a month.
Yeah, I don't even think this guy's going to get a vasectomy. I think you better call your team, Adam.
Yeah, the Adam Carolla Genitalia Collection Program. I'm on the phone. Actually, they monitor the show, and they know what to listen for. So the van has been dispatched to Maya's area already. You don't even you're forfeiting your right to a vasectomy. It is total confiscation at this point. You'll not get it back until you're older than Don Ho, and that ain't ever going to happen because do the math. Don's going to get a year older each year too.
All right. Well, with my present girlfriend right now, we're going through the issues of abortion or adoption.
Great.
Or we don't We don't know yet. I want her to have an abortion, but she doesn't really want to.
Do you want to get married to her?
I'm only 20. Sometimes I think I do, and sometimes I think I don't.
You're only 20, but you're behaving in a manner that makes you automatically, as we say, an adult. You have children.
Right.
And you're fathering more children.
Yes.
It's time to behave like an adult. You're not only 20. Although I must admit, you're in some ways you're acting only 10.
You may be 20, but your genitalia is going on 65.
Yeah.
That's what Drew said.
Why don't you practice contraception?
I have.
What do you do?
Well, one of the times it broke.
Is that the time?
Yeah.
Condom is your only... Condom is not a terribly effective contraceptive. I mean, if you're going to be using it consistently with one person, you should be using a second barrier like sponge or diaphragm, something else also.
All right. So, listen, learn that a child is a big responsibility. And you have to step up to the plate, and you have to treat it that way when you're engaging in sex.
He needs to concern himself with the child which is born,
right,
and become the father of that child. They need to decide what to do with the new child, which it sounds like they're going to relinquish in some way, and I hope they give it up for adoption. That's a very viable option, and that one will not be his concern, hopefully.
All right, Don, you have children? I imagine you do.
Got a few. Yeah.
How many do you have?
10.
10. Oh. That's good. That's fine. It's the whole legacy. Now, are any of them in the business? Do they work with you?
I got a kid that sings better than anybody in town, yeah.
And
she's 16, yeah.
Really? A 16-year-old? Is that the youngest?
No.
No. What do you got?
10.
Oh, you have a 10-year-old?
Yeah.
So you're 57 back then?
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes. Do you get around? Have you had a couple of wives,
No, we got a responsibility back home. You know, the Hawaiian race is dying out. We got a lot of work to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I look tired all the time.
It's actually, the population's actually going down, or?
Pardon me?
The pure population's actually going down?
Oh, yeah. It went down many years ago when they brought in chicken pox and all that stuff, measles, all that stuff.
So it's a sort of...
We got a lot of work to do.
It's how to explain all the oral sex you're getting, Don? All right, that's just a warm-up. No, he's a patriot. He's not only a singer, but he's a patriot. And here's the way I figure about the Hawaiian population. The population may be going down, but the size of the Hawaiian guys is going up. And I figure one good Samoan dude or Hawaiian dude equals at least 4 or 5 spindly white guys stateside. So I think it's evening out. But Don's populating the island, you understand?
That's not just a matter of numbers, it's biomatter.
We got a whole crew doing it, not just me, the whole gang doing it.
Really? And I'll tell you, not that I'm associating you with this business over there, but I was in Hawaii one time, and the greatest strip clubs in the world in Hawaii. And I know you'll back me up as an ambassador. No cover charge, never a bouncer to be found. There's a fireman's pole in the middle of the stage. A new girl comes down every 3 minutes.
They bring them in from California.
I tell you, that pole goes all the way to California. I swear to God, it does. Come down holding Samsonite and a thong back. All right, we got to go to break. We'll be back with Don Ho after this.
I don't think they're aware of how much they suck.
Hey, that's not very nice. You kissed my mother with that mouth? I mean, your mother? LoveLine will be right back.
WEBN.
It's LoveLine. All right.
WEBN.
Hi, this is Ken,
Chris,
and Jay from the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, the Squirrel Nut Zippers, Drew's favorite band. Talked to a few of those guys yesterday at the K-Rock Weenie Roast. Also at the K-Rock Weenie Roast was the great Don Ho, who came out there. And like I said, the crowd just went nuts. And Don is in here tonight on LoveLine, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And this is, I don't know why I didn't ask it earlier, but this is a golden opportunity to talk about the word mahalo. Because Don, as I like to think of myself as a Don Ho of the lower 48. I am an ambassador to Hawaii here stateside, and I end every show.
You don't tip him off. He might create an industry where you have an opportunity.
I really, Don, I'd like to get together with either you or your people and discuss the export business for just one moment. But I end each show, each night, religiously by saying mahalo. And people are not familiar with mahalo here in the States. They're very familiar with aloha and the hang loose and a few other things that have been brought here via the Hawaiian Tourism Board over the years. But aloha, mahalo never made the crossing.
Yeah, well, it means thank you, and a lot of people, even over here, they say thank you a lot here.
Yes, they say thank you. Not if they work at gas stations or in the service industry at all. They're forbidden from saying thank you. But yes, there are people who do say thank you here in the States.
Mahalo means thank you. Maybe it's not an important word or something.
I know, but I think it is an important word, and it should become an important word.
I think it is, sure.
And as a matter of fact, I'd like to replace the passe thank you with the new and improved mahalo. It would give people a reason. People don't look forward to saying thank you. They've been saying it since they were kids. It's two words. A lot of people don't like the letter T.
Yeah, right. And the
cuss sound.
Rough.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It doesn't roll off the tongue the way mahalo does.
Mahalo you can say with a keg of beer in you.
It's a very mellow sound.
You say mahalo better when you're drunk. Hawaiians have such a partying lifestyle that aloha, mahalo, all the words are very conducive to being loaded and on the beach. It's not a tricky language. It's a language you enjoy when you're drinking Mai Tais out in the sun.
What kind of reaction are you getting to that?
People enjoy the word mahalo, but they're a little confused. They haven't heard it before.
Yeah, well, they get used to it. Like they get used to you and everybody else.
Yeah. Well,
took a lot of getting used to that. They're still working on that.
Here's what I'm saying, Don. Remember the big aloha craze on all the T-shirts and the bumper stickers and all that stuff in the, I'd say, later 70s, early 80s. A lot of puka shells and aloha, but we could bring mahalo here.
The same way.
What I'm saying is you
sell all the same T-shirts over again.
You get some money together.
You know, I just put mahalo on all the T-shirts and let them wonder what the hell it is.
Right.
I went through the Honolulu airport, tried to find him something that said mahalo on it. Nothing. Nothing for sale. It says
Okay,
mahalo.
tell you what, let's get in business. We'll do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, here's what we should do. I should probably fly out with you tomorrow and just... I don't like doing business unless I know the person, so we should take a couple of months. I'm sure you got an extra room or something.
I got a ticket. You take my ticket, and I'll hang out here for a while.
Yeah, you hang out and host the show. I'll go out and sing Tiny Bubbles. I'll experience the lifestyle, get in touch with the people, and then I'll get the silk screening going for Mahalo. But yeah, off the top of my head, Don Ho says Mahalo.
Good idea, mahalo.
$2 a T-shirt it costs us. We sell them for $11.50 at the airport, and I don't know what you already got enough money, but for me, I'll really enjoy it.
I think you make a few bucks out of that is once you have an interpreter.
Does it mean anything other than thank you?
No.
So it's not like aloha.
No.
Now, what does aloha officially mean?
Everything.
Mahalo has a little bit of a sort of a closing to it, too. It's a little bit of a thank you and aloha.
No, it just means thank you.
That's it.
Period.
Why do they always say thank you and mahalo?
They're trying to
Get
tell you what it means, I guess, you know, like.
They should say thank you means mahalo, but it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
All right, Don. Don, fornicating on the islands and doing his part in terms of returning them to their glory. And this is a serious issue? I mean, that the culture is dying off?
Oh, that happened years ago, and I think it's that happened many years ago, long before you and I were around. When the first guys came over there with measles and all of that stuff, because we didn't have any immunity to you guys.
Right.
So you just get picked up.
It was Adam's family.
That's why they call them white blood cells. Do you understand, Drew?
So you did that by the millions. So we got to try to.
You got to try to bring them back.
Replenish.
One stripper at a time. I'm with you, Don. I'd go over there and help too. Tiffany, 16.
Yeah. First of all, I want to know, are you guys millionaires?
Who are you talking to?
You and Drew.
No.
Are you kidding?
No.
Okay. Is it alright if I ask 2 questions, or?
Yeah, go ahead. Hurry. I'm counting the millionaire question as one.
Okay. I've known this girl, and she's my best friend since I was like 7 years old, and her brother. Me and him weren't really friends until I was about 11 or 12. Me and him were friends, and then they moved away to Utah, and me and him became best friends too. And me and her and me and him were all best friends. They aren't, they're brother and sister. And I just realized like a couple months ago when I went and visited them that I was like in love with him. But he lives in a different state, and he has a girlfriend.
How old were you the last time you saw him?
I was 16.
No, I'm sorry, before that.
Oh, before when?
Before this last time. How old were you?
Oh, I go and visit him a couple times a year.
Okay, so you've seen him frequently.
Well,
Yeah.
twice a year.
Oh, no.
Well, who cares? He lives in another state, and he has a girlfriend that lives in the same state he lives
Just
in.
started going out with her like a month ago.
All right, so he's even more in love.
Tiffany, it's sort of age appropriate to develop some very intense feelings for people close to you and to have a lot of crushes and to have confusion about intimacy and friendship and warm feelings. And there's nothing wrong with how you're feeling, but it's not realistic that you would have a quality relationship with him. He lives too far away. He has a girlfriend. If you really try to pursue it, you're going to create a lot of trouble for yourself. Let those feelings flow on to somebody who's nearby, and I think you'll be happier in the long run.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. This is not a good idea. It is like someone falling in love with someone on one island and them living on another island at 15, 16 years old.
Common practice back home, yeah.
But how do they make
16-year-old?
How do they make the trek?
16.
They couldn't see each other.
No, you're right. 16. No.
No, you have to fall in love with someone who lives on your street, preferably a sibling. Okay.
They call that propinquity.
Propinquity?
Propinquity.
Is that do you know that word?
It's a good word.
Well, write that one down. Do you speak Hawaiian?
A little bit.
Does anyone really speak Hawaiian?
We speak enough to feed ourselves.
And what is can you give us a good Hawaiian sentence? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Sure.
But think of something to say.
Sure. You if you're stupid, you lolo.
Oh yeah, I like that.
If you're hungry, if the food is good, you ono. Huh?
Ono is good. You're hungry.
If you're hungry, you ono. Huh? You gotta remember those words, right?
Yeah. Ono and Lolo. And
you have to know the names of all the mountains.
Oh, you do?
Haleakala.
Oh, yeah. See, now that's good. You couldn't say that drunk.
What's the one over on Kona?
What? Kilauea.
Kilauea.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, Drew, you done?
Done.
All right. Don.
Yeah.
You have a Hawaiian song? Can you sing a few bars of a Hawaiian song?
You guys sing with me.
Yes, we will. I know the tiny bubbles, but let's go for something a little more difficult.
You want something really
difficult? Indigenous Hawaiian song done in the Hawaiian tongue.
Okay. Aloha na hahui na ali'i.
Aloha na ha'i.
Nahali mai na kupuna mai.
Nalihani mukako.
Take it, Drew. All right. Maybe we bit off more than we could chew here. What does that mean?
It's about a king and he's a warrior king and he's fighting. Yeah.
I really feel like I'm like in Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
This is
Mikahaini-ho.
This is it's sounding like a dirty limerick already, Drew. I don't know if the FCC will let us talk about this. Don, let me ask you about your lifestyle very quickly. I picture...
I'm retired from my lifestyle.
That's good. It would have killed you. I picture you living on some sort of sprawling, almost like a plantation.
Yeah, that's what I picture.
And big glass windows facing the ocean, up on a hill, a breeze blowing all the time.
I'm on a hill, and I'm on a beach, and I'm on different islands. So I'm all over.
Yes.
Is it busy? Are you working all the time?
No, I retired from work in 1959 when I got out of the Air Force. Yeah, I've been doing this ever since.
He doesn't count this as work. For us, it's pulling teeth, but for Don, it's effortless. And
just get out of the house at night.
And you are you basically like the mayor of Honolulu. I mean
No, I'm no politics, no.
Yeah, I know, but the unofficial
ambassador.
No.
You are considered.
I take out the garbage every 2-3 days.
Right. That's code for he has some of his henchmen kill the competition. You don't think he's actually dragging pails out to the curb, do you? All right, we got to go to break again. No, we don't. Well, that's where we are. Drew, all right. Well, let's pop another quick one off.
Quick,
all right. Susan, 22.
Hi.
Hey.
Let's see. First of all, I guess I'd like to say that I really respect you guys a lot. You guys seem to give out a lot of good advice, so that's why I'm calling.
Thank you. We try.
Let's see. So, did they tell you anything about me?
Maybe. No. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I guess I should start out by when I was 16, I worked with this guy that I ended up having a really big childish crush on, right? So that was then. I bump into this person now that I'm 22, and all of a sudden I have this big crush on him again.
Mm-hmm. How old is he now?
28.
Okay.
Let's see, and we went out a couple times, and he ended up like blowing me off, and I was pretty crushed at first and all that, and I guess I was kind of a little bit obsessive at first, but...
You were obsessive when he tried to blow you off?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So you scared him.
Probably. So, things just kind of chilled out, and we started bumping a bit into each other when we went out again, and...
So this guy keeps going back, and you have sex with him, right?
No. Luckily, no.
Yes, luckily, exactly. Thank you for exercising good judgment.
Yeah, I'm trying to save that one, but it's kind of hard.
So you're a virgin?
Yes.
Really?
It probably makes it even worse, right?
I wonder if he's reacting to that in some weird way.
I don't even know if he knows that.
What is your question then for us?
Okay. Well, now I've seen him a couple times again, and the whole flirtation thing started going on again, and, I totally feel like I have the, feelings for him, and yet the other night when we were out, we're totally, having a good time together, and, flirting, whatever, kissing, whatever, and next thing I know, it's like a little while later, 2 girls are all over him, and he's like leaving with them.
All right, Drew, see, we had to take a call going into the break, didn't we?
I'm sorry.
All right. I'll give you 10 seconds to help her, Drew. Go.
Not the guy for you. I'm sorry. It's unfortunate that you have this kind of infatuation with them, and those kinds of instincts, that kind of passion can build a good relationship. But either A, he's not into you, B, he's not the kind of guy you want to have a relationship with. He's not open to a real quality relationship, at least at this point in his life. And it may just not be the right time for you two. It may not be the right guy, and you need to get off of it.
All right, very good. When we come back, Don will sing a song about compulsive virgins. All after this.
I don't go in for these backdoor shenanigans.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Shenanigans.
Dips, chains, whips. You know, your basic high school orgy type of thing. LoveLine, I'll be right back. WEBN.
Got a frog in our throat.
Lick it up.
It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Hello, I'm Damon.
I'm Dave. I'm Graham.
And we are collectively Blur, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Yes, and that is Don Ho, who is here tonight. And actually, just talking to Don about being around during Pearl Harbor. And as a 11-year-old boy, and how all that went. And he will share some of those stories with you in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio Station.
We're the G-spot on your radio dial.
Oh, yeah, right there.
LoveLine on 102.7.
Oh.
WEBN, Cincinnati.
All right, here with Hawaiian legend Don Ho. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Man, that's about all you need to know. Toad the Wet Sprocket. Tom Arnold will be in here also later on this week. But tonight it is King Kahaka Hoa. And something that dawned on me during the commercial, it should dawn on you, Drew.
No
I don't know
pun
why
intended.
I have to think of all the good questions, but Don, who was in Honolulu, where Pearl Harbor was as a youth, was there. That the planes flew right over his house, bombed a naval base on the side of the island he was on, and then went on to bomb Pearl Harbor. And we're just having a real interesting story about what that must have been like as an 11-year-old boy. I mean, because that was pretty much Armageddon.
Yeah.
And we all know that the U.S. of A. Kicks ass now. But let me tell you, back then in 1941, it wasn't looking real good.
No.
They had destroyed most all the fleet we had. We hadn't entered the war yet. That's what brought us into the war. And Don was saying something interesting, that the whole island was under martial law from that point on until when the war ended in 44, sorry.
Yeah, sure. All our young men went to war, like all the young men from the mainland.
Right.
And, our women were at home now getting integrated with the mainland boys.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right.
So a lot of our children thereafter became half Hawaiian, half military. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A culture, integration thing ethnically developed between the local girls.
Right. It's kind of interesting that it's usually a war that brings that on.
But they had something really
same thing in Europe.
Yeah, they had something really good. Well, we had a little country bar there, our first business, and before the war we had no business. But when the war started, we had lines around the block because the kids were all looking for a drink, right?
So you grew up. Your dad sort of ran this canteen.
No, my dad. We had a country bar.
Yeah, that's the same as a canteen, isn't it? Well, anywhere, any time a military guy gets loaded, it's a canteen.
Okay,
I don't care where he's drinking.
Okay, good.
So you had a little bar, and you were saying you lived in a little house behind it?
What I'm saying, before the war, was just quite a little village, right? But when the war came on, every inch of ground was covered with tents and trucks and tanks and airplanes and guns and everything. So our bar was busy thereafter because of the war.
Right.
The family became, ironically, because of the war, we made a few bucks.
Right. Did you ever do any performing or anything? I know you were a kid, but I mean, did the bug get you?
Oh, no. I was in the cooler filling up beer all day long. But socially, the good thing about the under military law, they had these morale houses on Hotel Street where the girls were all...
I like that. The morale house. And that is basically a brothel, right? That's a whorehouse,
right. I call it my name for a morale house. A lot of girls walk the street nowadays, right?
Right.
In the military law, they set up this thing for the boys before they went to war because they felt that it wasn't too cool for a kid to get killed with a virgin.
Right. You're going to storming some beach in Okinawa, and you're still a virgin, and you're getting shot. I mean, that is the last thing you're going to think about when you're dying there on the beach. Sure. My God, I've never been laid, and I'm dying here in the sand.
At least the commander was thinking.
Right. That's good. See, that's back before the politically correct days when the country worked just fine. We knew guys needed to get laid before they headed out.
They should do that. They should do that again. I think.
You certainly could open one over there on the island.
I'd like to.
All right. I will be there for the ribbon cutting ceremony when it takes place. Ashley, 14, you're on with Don Ho.
Hi. First, I want to say that Adam, you're really cool, and my friend worships you, and Drew, you're cool too.
Thank you.
My question is, I babysit for this family, and they're kind of weird to start off with, but the girl yesterday, she told me that her dad shows her his penis, and I don't know if she's lying about it or not because she's only 6 years old.
Well, what do you mean shows her? I mean, that she has seen it, or that he makes something out of it with her?
She said that when her mom's making dinner, she goes into the bedroom with him, and he shows her.
Is there anything else peculiar about the child's behavior?
Well, she's just always, whenever she watches TV, she always has her hands down her pants. I know that's kind of normal for some kids, but she's just really, sexual, and her mom's bras are, in their kitchen.
This is the Did you say this is the child that you babysit for?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought your friend was in here somewhere. Didn't you say something about that?
Well, I babysit with my friend.
Oh, you and your friend. Okay. Yeah. But this is the person you babysit.
Yeah.
And she told you this.
Yeah.
What else is weird about the family?
Yeah. Well, they're just kind of different, and she like uses her mom's bras as like slingshots, and that's kind of normal, but I don't know.
Something's bothering you about it.
It's just, I think that I should do something about it, and we brought it up one time because it happened a little bit ago too, and we called the mom and we asked her about it, and she blew up on my friend, and she told her that she was blowing it way out of proportion, and that.
How did you bring it up?
What?
How did you bring it up to the mother?
We were talking about it, and she called, and she was just like, well, your husband, I don't know what she said, but she was just talking about it with her.
Yeah.
And she didn't believe it at all.
Well, the most disturbing thing is that she would be that defensive about it. I mean, most parents who have nothing to hide would be just wanting to know. I mean, if there was any question at all, they'd want to hear about it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're picking up on the fact that there's sort of poor boundaries in the family, and that something about the family doesn't feel right for you, but nothing you've said necessarily means that the child is being abused. However, it's such an important issue that you have to be very, very careful with this. I mean, you may want to call the Department of Social Services in your area and sort of question them about this. I doubt you can get much done without more evidence, but do report it. And I'd hate to see you disrupt the relationship that you have with this family, because you may be the only hope, if there is anything going on, of sleuthing this out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, she said that she's like, well, don't tell my mom. She's like, well, my dad told me that if I tell my mom, then she'll get mad.
Well, it's all, again, highly suspect.
Like something.
Highly suspect. But that age, I'm sure you're aware, I mean, they've done research on the kinds of stuff 5- and 6-year-olds make up, and it can be wild. And it's very hard to know what they're reporting. This is where some of the questions come in on how much sexual abuse is going on in certain situations. I mean, I happen to believe that if there's any question at all, the probability is it's going on. That's my.
Well, you just want to err on the side of caution,
because it's so common, so much of it going on. The probability as it is.
I walked into the room one time, and her 4-year-old brother, they were like naked together.
And what were they doing?
They were just standing there, and she's like, "Well," I asked her what she was doing, and she's like, "Well, I said that if I showed him mine, then he'd show me his." And I was like,
it's all kind of just a little bit too much. Just something's not right.
All right, so what should she do? Call a number?
Child Protective Services, Department of Social Services. Let me give you a number you can call right now even. It's 800-522-8336, 1-800-522-8336.
All right. Give it a call and feel it. I don't like the idea of ratting people out. On the other hand, I don't like the idea of this possibly going on.
Yeah. I've got another number, too, by the way. It's 800-422-4453, 1-800-422-4453. These are helplines that deal with the same kind of stuff you hear about here on LoveLine.
All right. Scott?
Yeah.
You're 18.
Hello, Adam.
Hey.
Drew, Don Ho. How you guys doing? All right, well, my problem is it's just a question pretty much. My girlfriend got breast implants about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to see her in about 2 weeks. So I don't know how I'm going to act around her, or how they're going to feel. I don't know.
Hold on a second. Don, I never see any of those Polynesian dancers with breast implants.
No.
How come?
Because they don't need them. They just born with coconuts.
I just never seen it. And,
they don't need, you don't need them. They don't need implants. It's gonna...
No. When you can move your ass like that, you don't need implants.
No, nobody needs implants. Anytime you got to cut somebody open, it's wrong.
Oh, really? Yeah. You don't go for that?
No.
You ever been with a woman with implants?
No.
No, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
All right. You had to think about it, I noticed. You sure not even one?
I take that back. I don't know.
All right. I'm taking that as a yes.
Okay.
All right. Scott.
Yes.
So you don't know how to react around the implants, what to say?
are they going to be
embarrassed.
scars? Are they going to be like is she going to have any feeling in them, or?
It can be a little diminished sensitivity.
Drew, how does that go a couple of weeks after the procedure? I mean, how long does it take for the boobs to get back on track and in the business of boobing? Back to business.
I would think in a couple of weeks things would be in decent shape.
Are there going to be
scars? Yes.
No. I was going to ask, are there going to be sutures and stitches?
That'll be all out by that. But the wounds, it depends what they've done. Whether it's periareolar or under the arm, or sometimes they take a large scar.
I think she was saying that they were right underneath.
Underneath the breast?
Yes.
So that's a bigger scar typically.
What did she go to, Scott? I mean, what was she at before?
She was at an A and she went to a C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How'd you like her before?
I thought it was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Why did she do it, do you believe?
Well, it's just been an issue for her for a long time, and her parents just went ahead with it. So
hopefully she'll be happy.
How old is she?
What matters more is not so much the boobs, how you feel about her. It's boobs is not what really counts. You should love her if she had no boobs.
Right. Even if she had tiny boobles, it wouldn't be a problem. Am I right, Scott?
That's right.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the feel. Hey, seriously, Don, you can see I have a good sense of humor, and I love the Hawaiian culture. Perhaps, I could come out for a couple of weeks and open for you at the club.
No problem.
And then we could go shoot around a golf or something.
No problem.
All right. That's what I like.
Hey, Adam?
Yeah.
Do I have to worry, or Drew, actually, do I have to worry about anything popping, or?
No. She has she'll be given a whole set of instructions on how to care for these things.
And they should be written right there on the breast.
But they have to massage some of them in certain ways to prevent scars from forming around the implants and things.
Okay.
And she'll know plenty about it, believe me.
All right.
So just ask her what you should and shouldn't be doing, and don't make her feel uncomfortable. Make her feel like it's something that you enjoy, and make her feel good about herself. All
okay.
Right? 'Cause that's really the problem here in the first place.
All right.
Help her with those issues.
Great. Well, mahalo.
Yeah, boy, Scott.
I really think I just think in 10,000 years they're going to dig up people from the 20th century and go, oh my God, they buried their women placing these plastic bags on their chest.
Right.
It will never occur to them that they put these things in during life.
I say it's worth the price, Drew. I really do. And Don, I'm guessing you see a lot of work done coming from where you come from, hanging out on the beach and all that stuff. A lot of chest work, a lot of plastic surgery.
I'm a butt man.
You are. I've heard that about you. Don Ho is an ass man. Really, you'd rather have a nice, tight, firm rear end than a big breast.
Yeah, I like the toes.
Oh, really? Would you say it's a fetish, or is it a healthy respect for the toes? Okay. I see my stay in Hawaii keeps getting shorter with each question. But I'm serious, Don. I want to come to Hawaii. I really do. And I'll come back, and, this is a national show. I will talk this island up. I know you're having trouble getting folks to come out there these days. They hear that Hawaii is just some sort of hellhole. But I will talk up Hawaii and revitalize the tourism business.
Good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Mahalo.
You don't have to come to any decisions.
Mahalo.
I'm just saying, if I came out there, you could set me. I mean, you'd show me a good time,
sure.
Right?
No problem.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to, double date or anything, but you could give me a couple of comps to the club.
We'd take good care.
That's what I like.
Real good care.
All right. It sounds like he's going to kill me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be out in one of
I'm embarrassed.
Don's pineapple plantation somewhere. Mike, 21.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, and Don Ho.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? My question's for Dr. Drew. Let's see if he can help me out here. I had a question. I was wondering if there was any reactions associated with using spermicidal foam during sex and not using a condom. Do those?
Yeah, the reaction is called pregnancy.
What's that?
Pregnancy is the reaction you'll get.
No, I mean as far as my reactions, as far as like having some burning.
You can get burning from those, but that's a worthless contraception.
Oh, I know.
That is not contraception.
You mean the foam on its own?
Yeah, foam or suppositories or creams or anything by themselves without a diaphragm or without a condom, without something, forget it.
Can you get some definite type of irritation from that?
Yeah. Does it hurt when you urinate now? You having a problem?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot. It's more around, it's it doesn't really hurt, but it seems like it's more like on the tip.
Right.
The very front of the penis.
Yes, absolutely. There can be a reaction with that. However,
I need to get that checked out.
Yes, because that is also a sign of a sexually transmitted disease. It can be a sign of an infection, other than other than classical sexually transmitted disease.
I mean, if it was something else, what I would have had, because this has been like 2 or 3 days that have gone by, and I haven't seen any discharge or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, all you're telling me is that you have what's called a urethritis, an irritation of the urethra, and that can either be chemical or infectious.
Okay.
And you need to get a check. You will probably put on some antibiotics no matter what.
Okay.
And it's not a big deal, very treatable, but do get it checked out. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Mike.
Thanks a lot.
All right, Don. I know this sounds like almost a racist question, but do you eat poi?
Better believe it.
You do?
Sure.
Why would that be racist?
Well, it's like asking a black guy, do you eat watermelon?
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Think about it.
It's a little different. It's more like, do you eat sushi or something? If you live in, you know what I mean? Do you enjoy it's a food of that culture, of that.
All right.
It's like rice.
Vicinity.
It's like rice in China or rice.
Well, if you bring a Chinese guy in here and ask him how much rice he eats, he might be a little offended.
Poi, like potato for the Irish.
Right.
Bread for you guys. Same thing.
I think it's like chili dogs or something for Americans. But I heard poi is the worst tasting stuff on the planet.
Don't even try it.
Don't try it. You have to grow up with your mom eating poi while you're in the womb in order for you to adjust.
Yeah, you stick it in your mouth, you go yuck, and then the price goes up, and then
What is it?
It's a root, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like a potato, but it's gray, and then when you boil it, and then you kind of mash it down into it looks like glue.
Right.
And then, but when it goes down, it's kind of smooth, like maybe a smoothie.
It's a smoothie that tastes like dirt. What's it taste? It doesn't taste good, does it?
No, it has no taste. It's like a starch.
And it's like starch,
swallowing,
like a turnip.
It's like swallowing bread.
Right. And
except you make a bread gummy, or if you make a potato gummy, it's like swallowing.
Now, do you put sugar and butter and bacon bits and stuff on it?
Only if you're from California.
Yeah, because I'd have to stuff the whole thing in a hollowed out avocado, put a lot of bacos on it,
no.
A little Molly McButter, little Mrs. Dash.
No, you just eat it just like it is.
All right, yeah. So I'll tell you what poi is. Poi is like liver out here, which is nobody likes liver. And even people I say, what do you mean? You like liver? Yes, I love liver, especially the way my Uncle Mel makes it. How does he make it? He takes 16 pounds of bacon fat, and then he takes water chestnut, and then he takes bacon, Canadian bacon strips, and then he takes Parmesan cheese, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not liver. And so I'm guessing poi is the same way.
It's good for you. The older you get, more you keep your body stuck together. It's really good for you.
Keeps things moving through you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would figure with the poi. All right.
Keeps you glued together.
We'll be back with more talk of indigenous root-based dishes from Hawaii when we come back with Don Ho.
I began to float up and away from my body.
Lady, you better get back here. If you're not here when LoveLine returns, they're going to be pissed.
WEBN.
Hi, this is Dexter.
And Noodles.
From The Offspring, and you're listening to LoveLine with that asshole Adam Carolla and that guy that's full of himself, thinks he always knows what he's talking about, Dr. Drew.
I hate that guy.
I could do better than that.
Yes, that was The Offspring, who sounded incredible last night at the K-Rock Weenie Roast. Just one of the many bands that sounded great. And speaking of sounded great, Don Ho was there and just lit up the crowd like a Roman candle at a luau. He just got down. They came out with the Polynesian dancers and the what are the drummers called, Don? The
drummers.
Okay. See, that's what I like about the Hawaiians. They're pure business. They don't have any of this crap that we have here, especially in California, where we just, and L.A. especially, where we start inventing our own words, like all these, what are all these techno words, Drew? You know what I'm talking about? Like
the
they're sort of half
words?
computerese and half English,
Right.
they're this literate and that literate and all that crap. The Hawaiians,
cyber language. Yeah.
they got the Hawaiian drummers. They're drummers. Mahalo, aloha, and there's 3 other words that mean drunk and kiss, and that's it. That is the beauty of the culture, and why not? Hey, ever seen a volcano go off?
Oh, yeah.
They're going off all the time over there.
Oh, yeah, still going.
Yeah, do you ever in any threatening positions from a volcano?
No, too smart for that.
Yeah, no, where's
the tourists go look at the volcano, take picture when a thing is erupting. We lose more tourists that way.
Where's the...
the Japanese go take picture of the tidal wave when the damn thing comes in and they lose the Japanese. Low, that means stupid.
Low, that's right. That's what we've learned tonight. And Diamond Head was a volcano, was that?
Still is.
When's the last time it went off? It's been a while.
Don't know.
Not in your lifetime?
No.
No. All right. Well,
it may go off any time. My house is there. I got to move.
All right. You're near Diamond Head?
Yeah, I live on Diamond Head. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, you'll be the first. If Don calls and says his picture fell off his nightstand, it's time for the town to evacuate.
We are moving, yeah.
Mike, 27.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, you're on LoveLine with Don Ho.
All right. Here's my situation. I've been going out with my girlfriend for about 7 years, and she's perfect, I think, and most of my friends are pretty envious of me about her, and she's really smart and talented and gorgeous, and but it doesn't seem to be good enough for me. It's like I'm always out with my buddies looking at other women and screwing around and stuff, and we're in a long distance relationship right now.
She's in Ohio and you're at a petting zoo. Where are you, Mike? What's going on?
I'm in Central California. She's in Southern California.
I heard a horse and a dog in the background. What is that going on back there?
We got a little circus going on in the backyard.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anyway, so I'm working on getting a job transfer down to that area.
Mm-hmm.
And but I don't know if I'm going to change, even though I want to change. I don't really want to.
Are you afraid of getting too involved with her, so to speak?
Well, after 7 years, we're pretty involved. I think she's the girl I want to marry, and I've told her that.
Yeah.
But I can't control these urges. I mean, I see other girls sometimes, and
does she know about this?
No, she doesn't know about it.
Okay. And so you're basically a two-timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheater.
I'm what Dr. Drew calls the asshole when other girls call about me.
And she's faithful to you as far as you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, all these people, they're envious of how wonderful she is. She's not that wonderful. She's with him. She's got a problem.
There's got to be something wrong with her, Mike. She wouldn't be with you otherwise.
That's right.
A good point, Drew.
Thank you.
And
Mahalo.
Not to say that you're a despicable person, but if she really were healthy, she wouldn't put up with this. She would sense it, she would know it, and she wouldn't put herself in that position.
Well, this isn't about her, though. I mean, I don't want to be like this. That's what I'm asking.
But you are like this, and
Yeah.
it has something to do with your ability to tolerate and sustain intimacy. So I don't know why you either have to sabotage or distance yourself from having a real connection with her, but that's basically what you do.
I enjoy being with her. I mean,
I'm not saying you dislike her. I'm just saying that your ability to tolerate a real connection with her, a real intimacy,
so am I gonna
impaired.
All right, but
it's not going to get better by marrying her.
All right, let me hop in here, Mike. You're 27.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll go through many changes in your life. Part of it is emotional, and I believe some of it is just physiological. And when you're at 17, you're different in relationships. When you're 23, you're different. At 27, you're different. And at 33 or 37, you're different as well. And hopefully it keeps getting better. You keep getting a little smarter. These impulses to screw up the relationship, to screw around, you just get better. It's almost like a job. It's really, when you're there for the first day, you're screwing up everything. When you're there for the 5th year, you're stealing supplies. But by the time you're there for 10, 15 years, you tend to do a little better. Don, you've been married. Have you been married a few times? Once. And divorced?
No.
Still married? No. Oh, okay. And step up to the mic here, Don. When did you get married? How old were you?
21.
21? Wow. All right, let me do some math here. 46 years you've been married?
Gee, thanks for reminding me. I thought it was that long. Great.
And I'm sure you're better. Would you say you're a better husband now at your age now than you were at 21?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're more mature, right?
Yeah.
You know more, and you're just better. And here's the deal, Mike. You may not be ready at 27 to settle down.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you're damned to this lifestyle. It just means you do a little work and you do a little soul searching, maybe a little therapy. And by the time you're 30, 31, you may be the guy who can do this.
Well, what about the the feelings of intimacy and stuff? Like my mom described it. I talked to her about this, and I told her, that I don't have. I love my girlfriend, but I don't know if I'm in love with her like when we first met, the same feelings. And she said that no relationships like that because love's more or less like a drug, that even though you still love them, you don't have the same passion.
Yeah.
Is that it? If I've lost it now and we're not even married, can I ever get that back?
You'll never have the same, you'll just have different, and it can be equally as gratifying. This is all speculation, by the way.
Yeah, in this case,
but you don't have that fire in your loins like you had back then.
I don't. This whole thing is suspect. I even have to wonder what's up with Mom, that she would put it all in that context, like she expects men to somehow not. I wonder if his parents are still together.
I'm going with no.
I'm going with no too, and it just her expectation is that men are somehow kind of drift, and that they're not really available emotionally, and that's probably what she showed him when he was growing up, and that's why he's doing that now.
Very
in his
interesting.
Relationships, and that's where he's getting into trouble. I mean, he's got to make himself more available. And what he's talking about in love before was just infatuation.
But don't get married if you have that screw-around bug.
Yes, do not.
Because you'll probably screw around even if you don't have the screw-around bug.
And don't expect that infatuation is going to be a gratifying relationship, because that's infatuation. Love is something far more intense.
All right, let me talk to Don about the Hawaiian culture. Different cultures.
Like you haven't been talking about it all night.
Well, as it pertains to the call, certain cultures are sort of okay with a little extramarital affair. I mean, it is considered almost, it is culturally acceptable for the man to have a little liaison here or there, perhaps a mistress.
Well, if you go back to the real Hawaiian days, it depends on your position. If you were chief,
right,
and not a commoner,
right,
and you were, if you were of royal blood, and you sees a woman, and she could be somebody else's wife, and you send your retainer to let the lady know that you'd like to be with her. The husband would be highly flattered that the chief would be interested in his wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I look at you as a modern-day chief.
And he looks at you as a modern-day commoner.
Would you like to bang my wife, Don? I don't have a wife, but producer Ann over there, I will gladly give her away. So what I'm saying is
the culture, yeah.
They don't have chiefs anymore, do they?
Some Hawaiian people like to keep the old tradition going.
But you would be considered royalty in Hawaii. Yes.
No.
Yeah, forget about the bloodline. You're royalty now because you own half the island. All right. Your wife can't hear us, but I'm sure you've dabbled a little in your life, have you not?
Yeah, sure.
Right. And your wife is okay with that?
My wife understand that I was immature.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Right.
Lolo.
And she's forgiven you.
Sure.
Okay. God bless her.
I'm a good father.
Right.
Provider.
Good provider. Take care of the kids. Take care of the wife. He had a little Lolo when he was younger, but he's all right now. All right. Kenny, 16.
Yeah.
first I wanted to start out my call by telling my girlfriend that I love her. And I wanted to ask Don Ho. I was walking around in Kona one day. I walked by this candy shop, and it said Don Ho candies sold here. So I went and tried some, and they're disgusting. I was wondering if he endorses those or what.
Poi candy.
No, I don't never do. What was the candy called?
I don't remember. It just said they're called Don Ho candies, and it had your picture.
No kidding.
No, in Kona, like in Kailua.
It could be my nephew's candies.
Oh.
Could be. I better let him know. What's your name? I better tell him send you a refund.
Kenny? Yeah, we'll send. Poigan M's, were they called?
No, I don't remember what they were.
Did they taste like poi at all?
Is he still in business?
Almond poi.
No, I don't know what that tastes like.
You're probably consider yourself lucky. I'm now here's all. The only candy I've ever had from Hawaii is the chocolate-covered macadamia nut, which is, to me, the best of all possibilities. There's nothing more decadent than a good can of macadamia nuts. It's $8 for a can. It is the most incredible nut in the nut family. The macadamia nut reigns supreme. And when you dump chocolate on it, that's it. That's it. The only thing that could be better is if it was served on two giant breasts. But if we're just talking about snacking here, macadamia nuts. How much is a can of macadamia nuts in Hawaii?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You don't eat that stuff?
No, but I have no idea what they charge.
Your people go and take care of that stuff.
No, my nephew, he probably went to my nephew's joint over there and had a sample of that candy. Hey, I better let the kid know the thing's disgusting.
Is there a lot of Don Ho products out there? I mean, is there the Don Ho car wash?
No.
You'd think people pick the name. Do you do endorsements for products out there? No. I think you'd be. Have you made a record in a while?
No.
You're just sitting back, playing the clubs.
Well, I try to make more records. We just wasted my money because I could make 2-3 records with beautiful songs on them. Nobody cares. All they wanted to hear is Tiny Bubbles, so I waste my money.
Right. All right, so you sing the Tiny Bubbles.
Just forget it.
All right, we'll be back with more of the immortal Don Ho and the mortal Dr. Drew after this.
Why don't you try rapping at this time?
Yo, kick some flavor and stuff in LoveLine. I'll be right back in a minute.
I'm sorry, that was really bad.
You're just not street like me.
WEBN.
We're not keeping you up, are we?
I'm pitching a tent.
Oh, that's good. It's LoveLine.
WEBN.
Hi, this is Mike Ness from Social Distortion, and you're enduring the Love Line with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you are. And Don Ho tonight. Ran into Mike from Social D. Social D sounded great last night.
I was talking to Mike when you go, is that guy from Social Distortion?
Yeah, I don't remember everybody. That's all.
Mike Ness is a hard guy to forget.
Saw a guy with a lot of tattoos and a Social Distortion windbreaker on. I said, that must be Mike Ness. You got any tattoos, Don?
Nope.
Now, isn't that, didn't that originate in Hawaii?
Yep, a lot of that stuff. Yeah, all the warriors, half of their body.
And that stuff is, that whole warrior thing came out here, too, except for it doesn't look right on a, 16-year-old spindly albino kid. It looks better on the big, dark Hawaiian skin. But it was, I think it's died down a little bit, actually. You remember all those warrior tattoos or symbols, wasn't the thrush muffler woodpecker like they were getting in the 70s. It was just designs. All right, Don Ho is here. Don Ho played the K-Rock's Weenie Roast in Luau last night and just pretty much rocked the house. Got up on stage, must have been about, I was drunk, so I'm trying to think, but must have been about 9:45, packed crowd, and just lit them up. as only Don could. Don, let me ask you about radio in Hawaii, because I'm sure if you wanted a show like this to be on in Hawaii, it would be done. Mm-hmm. Do they have anything like this on the island?
Sure.
They do?
All day.
And it's a lot better than this?
Dr. Laura, all them guys, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So why aren't we in Hawaii? We should be in Hawaii.
Satellite the thing.
No kidding. Ann, we got to look into this. We really do.
I tell you why, because they have space for you on that station that has all the talk.
Couldn't you...
KGU.
I mean, couldn't you send some...
Hey, we're going to look into it.
Yeah, send some of your henchmen over to the station and shake down the GM a little and see what you can get out of them.
That's the one affiliate you'd have to visit all the time.
Oh, right. This is perfect. We get on there, and every other weekend, we're coming to you live from Diamond Head. Drew, put down the Mai Tai. Let's go to the phones. Yes, we would go to that affiliate every other weekend. It would be tremendous, and possibly even bring over some new venereal disease that has not yet been introduced to the islands. All right, so Don, if any, I'm not saying to, hurt anybody or anything. I'm just saying if it comes up. If you feel inclined, you could put in a good word for the Love Line.
Good idea.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Jared, 19.
Hey, guys.
Hey, you're on with Don Ho.
Hey, this question will work for both of you, actually, you and Drew. Been with this girl for about 2 months, and relationship's been pretty good. It's been working out, and we recently wanted to talk and kind of learn more about our past and stuff like that. And she had brought up that, like earlier in her teenage years, that she had gotten pregnant with twins. And during that time, she was with some sort of witchcraft group or something like that. And, at her age, she wasn't able to support the children. So she had magically had the two twins removed from her and into this other person that could support the children, and I was just kind of surprised to hear that. I never knew she was into that stuff in the past or anything, and I just want to know what is up with that.
Does she seem a little more connected with reality now?
Yeah, I mean, she.
Well, wait a minute.
Until we talked about this, I thought, wow, everything's fine. She's normal.
Yeah, this is, by the way, you should never discuss the past with a woman. There's two things you find out when you discuss the past. You slept with that guy? That's my best friend. That's the first thing you find out. Number two is you had twins and then transported them into the womb of another through witchcraft. That is the second thing you'll find out when you talk to a woman about her past. Both things you don't really need to know.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to disrespect that religion and everything like that, but I can't believe that. And
does she believe it?
Well, apparently so. I mean, she put so much, drama.
Well, is she
telling me the whole thing, and I just kind of.
Does she go to school?
I was blown away.
Does she go to school? She go to college?
Yeah, she's going to be going to college next year. She graduated.
And how did she find out she had twins? See, a question is more about the reality of the situation.
Well, see, what I'm worried about is she doing this to try and, I don't know, get more attention from me, or is she just weird, or is there something I don't know? And
or is she an idiot? Or is she psychotic? I mean, does she really have...
That's what I'm worried about now. I mean, before then, she seemed extremely normal to me.
All right.
Now, young teenagers can have a very strange way of thinking sometimes. Okay. And they have what's called magical thinking, and sometimes that can be quite evolved. It can even border on psychotic thinking and not necessarily be abnormal. Yeah, what's abnormal is that she would still cling to those notions at the age of 19.
And how old was she when the twins escaped her womb?
I'm not quite sure. It was like 14 or 15.
All right. I don't know. Even magical thinking at 14 or 15 is that you're going to be like an astronaut or something.
Right. But when something is threatening your life, at 15, being born.
Let me rule out her telling you this just to pull your leg, because if she's involved with you, the last thing she wants you to do is think she's nuts.
Right.
Okay. Now,
if she wants to get rid of you, she'll say she's gay.
And she has to be sort of nuts now. Drew Drew pops off a joke every once in a while. Must be when you're at your funniest, Drew. During the crescent moon.
So I've had a weekend off.
Oh, okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is now that she has told me this, I'm not quite sure what to expect.
She still believes it.
Relationship.
See, she must still believe it, right?
Yeah, I don't believe it. So,
all right. So therefore, she's still nuts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The fact that she would cling to these notions at an older age is what's suspect about her. Either that, or that she's terribly unsophisticated. Terribly.
We've talked about a lot of stuff before, and she.
Well, you find out. Question more detail. How much of an ultrasound? What kind of ultrasound evaluation did she have?
She had a pregnancy test, and she knew that she slept with this guy, and they didn't have protection. And
how did she know it was twins?
Well, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, magic. How about that?
But she said that she.
And by the way, most pregnancies end in miscarriage. Most. So if she was pregnant and then she wasn't, guess what? She miscarried like most pregnancies.
All right.
The only way you can know you have twins is with an ultrasound. And if she didn't have that, she didn't know she had twins.
Now, I know none of this goes on the islands anymore, but in the old days, she would have been good sacrifice material.
Get that right.
Take the nutty broad and toss her into the volcano. We get rid of one nutty broad, we appease the volcano god, and everyone's happy. Now let's go eat some poi and get loaded on the beach. I know the Hawaiian lifestyle, Don. Adam, 19.
Yes.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
I wanted to ask you guys, I've been smoking pot for probably, I'd say, about 5 years. And when I first started smoking pot and having sex while I was high, it seemed like I was more prolonged. And more now, I'm smoking more pot than I did then, and it's been almost like a steady decline down. Before it was like 2-3 hours was no problem. Now, an hour, man, I'm just not there.
Yeah. Well, first off, I'm not interested in hearing about someone who calls an hour premature ejaculation. I don't need this rubbed in my face. Number two, it could be a few things. It could be a perception thing. You get stoned, and Drew, you never get stoned. I'm telling you, if you get stoned, everything takes twice as long.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for like the Salisbury steak microwave dinner to come out of there. You set the thing for 8 minutes. You go back and check 9 times. What the hell is going on with this microwave? I put it in there a decade ago. Time slows down, Drew.
Testosterone levels go down, estrogen levels go up, sexual performance goes down, mood gets worse. Everything mitigates against sexual performance. So it is likely to have difficulty the longer and more pot you smoke.
Don, did they, is this, it used to be, when I was, in junior high, there was the Maui Wowie, and what was the gold? Well, that was like Panama
Kauai gold.
Right.
Kauai gold.
Right. This, the islands are essentially a no better place to grow marijuana. Have they cracked down on this business?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Using the helicopters and military stuff. And
big time.
But is it still, I'm sure it's still going on, still a big business there.
Everybody's got a plant in the backyard somewhere.
Yeah. Is that part of the culture?
Yeah, right.
Well, I don't mean you guys are, making bongs out of coconuts or anything, but I'm just saying.
I don't know nothing about that part of the culture in the old days.
Sure you don't. You're an ambassador.
In the old days, the reality is it's part of everybody's culture, right?
Was that stuff going on in the 40s and in the 50s as well? We just started hearing about it in the 70s?
No, I heard that this stuff's going on forever.
Really?
Long before you.
Now, let's give what do they call marijuana? No, I think he said Paca. Oh, Pacalolo. All right. We'll see about getting some of that when I come out to hang with you, Don. All right. We're going to break. We're going to spark up the Pacalolo, and we'll be back with more Don Ho.
Now the LoveLine weather report for the nation. Mostly neurotic throughout the southwest. There'll be some scattered indiscretions around the Great Salt Lake. Also overnight, partly chronic in parts of Virginia.
LoveLine will be right back. So you've got a couple of minutes to go catch something.
tonight. It's LoveLine, only on WEBN.
All right, this is Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. He is the legendary Don Ho, and we are plumb out of show. Don, thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Thank you. Wow.
We do appreciate it, and I hope, well, you're going to send me some macadamia nuts covered with chocolate, right?
Got it.
All right, and if I do come out to Hawaii, you won't mind me stopping by the club and saying hi.
Hang out. Hang out.
All right, so tomorrow night we have, well, we were going to have Echo and the Bunnymen, but something happened to him. But Toad the Wet Sprocket later this week, Tom Arnold as well. So
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions, that's for sure.
If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy.
Loveline producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Obo. Obo, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.